Yes. We are all of those things, Alex. Locked and loaded, whatever you want to call it. But first, a message from our sponsors. This one's brought to you by Dream Team. Stuck. Rotate. Dream Team, where CSGO legends are made. While we're here, we've got some time. We'll do CSGO money as well. CS Money. Not just skins, but success. There you go. That's 2 years of drama school for you.
Worth the investment, I would say.
Worth every penny.
You, yeah, the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think so. We'll see what we can do.
All of the nominations and just one award.
It was a worthwhile one, though.
He's nominated like 17 times.
I'm still sure his life's pretty good.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. There was a question on the internet the other day I saw that was like a picture. It was 4 people. It was Will Smith, Leonardo DiCaprio, Morgan Freeman, and who was the 4th?
Ron Jeremy.
It would be a funny one to add into this. I'll think about it. We're underway in the piston. I'll pose the question when I remember who the 4th was.
All right, then. Well, we'll get into the second map of this best of 3. Cloud9 slightly more favoured on this map, but that would be historically. The current form, I'd still edge it towards SK. It's going to take a really good game from Cloud9. They haven't looked as cohesive recently, especially this tournament. Ever since the Major and Summit, it seems like they've maybe a little bit burnt out, perhaps, going straight from the Major into the Summit, then into this event. It's not easy. I think everyone's feeling it a little bit, including us. As we get into the first round here, there will be 2 smokes for Tarek. What's he up to? Lovely work, and he gets out cleanly. Takes down Taka. They did not see that coming at all. Everyone focusing towards that Romeo position. And Fern now gets towards the end of the apartments, but Rush and Tarek ready and waiting.
I already forget the 3 that I said.
Will Smith, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't Morgan Freeman. It was Denzel Washington.
Right.
Anyway, it was if you could remove one and all of their work, which one would it be? And I forget who the 4th one was, so it kind of doesn't make it interesting. Good shot from Fur. Automatic down.
Was it Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No.
Okay.
He already removed himself, didn't he?
No, he's been in a few films.
Ah, okay. Well, either way, rotation all the way around towards position at Ruins. Good find from Fur. Takes
Open
down
side.
Stewie immediately, and you're right, it is an open side. They're not 100% convinced yet. They'll double-check new box. Now that Bolts is close enough to fall and not to be caught off by the bomb. He'll guard, and Fallen will commit to the... Okay, Fur. Okay, Fur. All right. That's enough. It is enough. Rush is done with it.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be able to win this round, I'm afraid. Nice shots from Tarek to open things up. He thought that advantage would be enough there, but this has happened a few times. Cloud9 insists on leaving Stewie by himself when they have a man advantage. It's not necessarily required, and they seem to get through CT spawn quite a lot. And that's a big weakness for Cloud9. They really do need to work on that particular aspect. And now, losing the pistol, remember, the Cloud9, in my opinion, at least, I say it a lot, I feel like they're a team that doesn't get a good start. They seem to collapse a lot quicker than others. They don't have the mental fortitude of a team like SK, for example. Deagle, CZ's one smoke, a flashbang, Skidoodle, once again. All part won't be getting armor. They're going to send 4 players towards the B-bomb site. You want to be sending the MAC-10s up here first to establish whether there are a stack going on.
The 4th was Johnny Depp.
Okay.
But you have to remove them, but not only remove them, but all of their work.
Well, you're doing Will Smith. You're getting rid of what? Men in Black, I Am Legend,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, his horrible music career. And
I would say Concussion is the best movie you would remove.
Wild Wild West.
Yep. Yeah, Will Smith was my pick as well.
Then he has got some good films as well. I actually liked I Am Legend. I thought that was good. And he's got Ali as well. No, he's not iRobot. He is... oh, maybe he is.
I think he is iRobot.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
He is in some good films.
Denzel Washington would have been my other choice. Does that make me racist?
I don't know. You
didn't think about that
You
way.
did mistake Morgan Freeman for Denzel Washington a second ago, so maybe you are. I don't know. But here we go. It will be round number 2, going in towards that B-bomb site. 1 towards the new boxes, quickly dealt with. That's Rush. It's the force buy. And we'll see if the last hope is Tarek, really. Anyone with any sort of positional control, he goes towards Banana. And that should be it. Stewie and Skidoodle just to save their upgraded pistols. Skidoodle not saving much, no armor to work with, but this is definitely a lost round. SK looking quite comfortable there, only dropping 1 single kill. Stewie. That's just the armor. And CZ there. So this round is a guarantee lock-in now. Trying to look for some exit frags.
So, all quiet. SK take the pistol. Nothing already on Inferno. Turns to 2. Should be 3, all things considered. And a great start for SK, considering it is a map that they have been struggling on, and it is quite clearly Cloud9's go-to these days.
Do 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 do. So, Cloud9, no real chance to win this round, although we have seen stranger things, and we'll see whether they can actually maybe find a few kills here or there. They have gone for a full A stack here, as you can see. The bomb down there for SK. Disasters can strike in these particular scenarios. All it takes is 1 kill and an AK to be given up, and then all of a sudden, Stewie 2K with armor and an AK has the bomb down, something like that.
Fallen going to work his way toward Banana with the rest of his team. So you've got 5 little yellow dots toward B and 5 little blue dots toward A. I think that says enough. This round done. Straightforward. Thank you for confirming that it's a stack. Thank you for Molotoving Taco while he's already clearing the position. And they can do all they like with these pistols, because what's the point in saving them? The only one that maybe could possibly think about it is Stewie with the armor. The rest might as well go and try and get exit kills. Taking their time about it. Fur's wondering where they are. He just wants points, but he's not, rather, kills. He's not going to get any. He gives away an AK instead to Stewie, and already Cloud9 saying thank you very much. We will happily hold on to that little bit that you've given us and take that into the first gun round. So AK for CT's first gun, not bad. They want more as well. Stewie obviously at the back of this. He's got the gun, so why would he possibly want to go get more? They may get more. UMP now for Rush.
Not too bad, actually. Get an AK, a UMP, some CZs. They're going to have a full buy this round. The game really begins now. Remember, this is the best of 3. SK Gaming already up. This is looking quite promising for SK overall. Mac 10 for attacker, a bit of a bonus round here. Both of these teams not looking their best throughout this tournament. Nades in, I'll do a ton of damage, actually not too much. Molotov might be a little bit of a different story though. Oh, attacker gets away from him.
It was the deeper one, and we talked about that yesterday. Yes. You were saying locking them in versus
that's the reaction,
the
right? So they have to fall back, and you don't have the chance to lock him in and flash him in the corner. So I think that's, if it's by design, that's a really nice idea, just to leave that little option open for them to sit in the cubby.
Sure, and you could see the back flash they threw, by the way. You saw him throw it up over the rooftop, which would have caught that corner, and then they could have peeked on it. So, yeah, interesting thought and good note by you.
Well, here we go. No orb, again, just to note, they definitely could have afforded one. Skadoola took a full eco, remember? Didn't buy the orb again. He really isn't feeling it, this tournament at least. It's not looking as powerful as it was.
And Stewie didn't invest much into this round because the AK he picked up.
Yep.
Unless he dropped, I didn't see if he dropped one or not.
I doubted they did eco. So yeah, he should have a bit. Oh, he's gone down to 0. So
yeah, so he dropped one of the other guns because he still has the armor from last round and he has the AK from last round, so he would have dropped. Skadoodle sits with 200, so neither of them are building up a bank to try and get the AWP out. 3-0 SK. No kills in this round. 38 seconds to go. Back toward B, perhaps. Only one player there right now for Cloud9. That's about to change. Rotation to come off of Speedway any second, and with 23 seconds, it certainly will be big. SK's going to have to hurry up. Stewie looks for information at the exact wrong time, exactly when they flash, but they don't smoke off towards CT. They walk in, and automatic shuts them down. Bomb dropped, and automatic. What a round, 4 kills. Shuts them out entirely from the B site.
I did see that from his POV. How did he get 4 kills from CD spawn? Presumably it smoked.
It wasn't.
It wasn't at all?
No smoke went down.
Why? That's nuts.
I don't understand the point of contact with 23 seconds left.
Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense at all. Well, there we have it. SK, bit of a lackluster round there. Inferno's never really been
those are neat headsets.
bread and butter. Yeah, that's a new Sennheiser one.
A replacement to the Siberias? Oh, sorry, they were PC350s and 360s.
Yes.
Sennheiser, that's right, I'm sorry.
Siberia was
SteelSeries.
Iceman originally.
Yeah, and then they bought the patent or whatever, the product, or absorbed them. I don't know how that works, but SteelSeries Siberia. They were legendary.
They were.
I used to wear Sennheisers in my day, whatever that was.
PC 350s with the...
Yeah, that's what I had, yeah. They were great. And then now I've got the Cloud2s, and I like those a lot.
I use a wireless headset. I want to get a wireless mouse, wireless headset, and just become Mr. Wireless.
Mr. Wireless?
Yeah, that's what I want to be called. But I'm going to definitely get that wireless mouse. It looks cool. 3-1 and double orb setup now for Cloud9. That's more like it. I want to see that. And they've actually kept SK very modest. You'd see like they've been managing to get exit frags, not overcommitting. Boost from the secondary orb there of Stewie towards a banana. Good nade down there. Does a ton of damage towards Taka, as you can see. Tickles him up. And he'll be in that corner. But still, you know SK always be deadly in these sort of rounds. Drops down and go back towards banana. They need to flash off the orb, or at least Molotov the corner, something like that to push him back. Back up. Trying to do whatever he can. Nades come in. Stewie shows his hand and falls back. There's the Molotovs we discussed, just trying to obtain some banana control.
Bolts to back away. The rest of SK to do the same. They'll go out toward the top vault middle. Except for a smoke that goes to Arch side in the hands of Cold Zero. Fallen sitting up for one. I believe he throws from that angle the bounce toward front arch, or is he going to go toward quad? There's two options from that lineup. Either way, one lands. I guess this
bit of a fake.
Moved over. Yeah, he moved over, but they threw one toward top.
They're going to send two players up middle. I think they go forward CT spawn.
He went back to get the flash timing right. So it goes immediately onto the smoke. So it's a pop flash thrown by Fall, and then he joins back in. They're going toward the arch, though, and Skadoodle's there. Talked about him having a lackluster tournament event so far. Hits two shots immediately, falls inside of the site, and Taco wants to pursue it. 17 seconds. If they're going B, they need to go now, and Bolts. The other hand in it was already taken down. You're right, no time, 10 seconds. And they've got 3 players to find on the A site. This doesn't even get to a plant. Die now if you're going to die, SK. 5 seconds left, and they'll take him down.
Yeah, SK look a little bit off, like I said before. Inferno, at least recently, has not really been a very successful map for them. The only wins they really get in it is when Cold Zero is having an absolute mad one, clutching everything out and breaking the money of the opposition. Overall, it's a pretty up and down map for them. I think most people would agree that's, apart from their go-to veto, you feel like this one is somewhere where they struggle. They usually just straight out veto cobblestone most of the time these days, and then they normally have to play Inferno, but it's not a map they're particularly comfortable on. Double orb set up for Skadoodle and Stewie. They should be able to get a few rounds in a row now. This will be a full eco now, and they'll flash towards the banana area momentarily and try and push off Stewie. He's guaranteed that frag though. Fallen jumps the gun a little bit.
Shot automatic, spray and pray. As he makes them his prey. You can spell it with an A or an E, both make sense. I don't care, take your pick. I'm agnostic. Don't implicate me into what your decisions are. But Cloud9 go 3-3. Good hold from automatic. Pretty straightforward, mind you, against pistols. That sounds really cool with that slow mode sound effect with that silence pistol.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, it's like hitting the side of a Pringles can.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
And letting the echo go out the end of it.
Galil again.
Do you know how lightsaber noises were captured?
No.
I don't know. This one I don't know. I know the R2-D2 story and how he was named, but I've heard that, you know those grounding wires that come off of telephone poles?
Yes.
The orange things around them?
Yeah.
They put a microphone against those and hit them. And that's what created some of the noise, the oscillation. But I don't know if that's true.
Punch it, Chewie.
You are a hairy beast. R2-D2 is real 2, dial 2. Stewie tries to fire down. Banana can't land any shots. With guns this time, SK will encroach closer toward the site. In fact, 3 players getting through finally on that deep smoke so they can start to establish a presence and get what you want to call, or what you can call, map control. We're never really in control of the simulation, but Stewie will do his utmost to make sure that Banana is still held. Skadoodle's forced off the angle at Arch. He goes more passive. Bomb in the hands of Fallen is not yet decided where it's going to go. So they went 2-2 split with he just waiting with the bomb. It looks like it's going to be back to B in the end. 32 seconds suggests that to be the case. You can tell that SK is not as comfortable and doesn't have a dominant game style yet on this map, because every other map that they do, they know how to be loose and they know how to be fast. This map, they're slowing it down and trying to play fundamentals, and every single round is coming close to the end of time. 16 seconds again in this one. Bomb has been dropped, and there's nowhere to go. Fur's locked out by Stewie's AWP. Tries to jump through. He gets lagged up. That's going to allow the pistol to do the rest of the work. And Cold's going to have to hold inside of middle.
Yeah, once again, SK Gaming not looking too dangerous there. Very comfortable from Automatic and Stu. Oof, not really sure that was worth it for Coldzera. He would have been left with nothing there. But he does come out on top. It doesn't really affect the Cloud9 bank account. That's what I mean about risk versus reward there, going for that kill. Stewie, you can see, where are the flashbangs? Where are the Molotovs, Matt? There's nothing. They're going through smokes into an AWPer, and he looks way too comfortable. There he is, the man himself. Ready and waiting for round number 8. 1 AK of Coldzera. Partial buy overall for SK. Should be contained.
Should be. It's Cloud9 starting to get into a rhythm. The swing of things, as you would say. The hop shots echo. Boom through the air. Tarek from the Cubbies able to spot for the top mid wall. Smoke lands at the steps on the site. Automatic with a gap though, because there's only one of them. Will be able to see toward water, but he gets overwhelmed. He gets taken down by bolts. Now Stewie's under pressure. AWP, Cold hits the shot on the AK. A chance for SK. With some speed this time. Bomb gets planted. Taco in the offside position is able to catch out Tarek. Gun available to him. He's just got to press the button on it. He doesn't want to go that far. It's easy to grab that gun, but doesn't want to indicate or stretch beyond his capacity at this point in time. So he sticks with the deagle, and it certainly is sufficient. He'll eventually be run down by Skadoodle, who now goes into a one-on-one against Fallen. Op versus Op, and they'll both be running the same weapon, but Fallen's quicker to turn around from the flash.
It works out, that 1 AK-47, making their way towards B, trading out frags. It was a tight clutch there for Fallen, but coming out on top, he manages to run away with the success there. 4-4. And money's still very strong for Cloud9. It's going to be Fallen who will be using the AWP this round, though, on the T side. That's on the floor at this point. Round number 9. Nades down. Oof, does a bit of damage there, not too much. Fallen with the first frag. Automatic with a lot of pressure here, but he's living up to expectation. Nades might actually kill bolts. Absolutely does. Touchdown. Nails it, and he's making them sweat now. Perfect play from Automatic. After his teammate drops, he manages to do a fantastic job to keep the dream alive. As Skadoodle will rotate in. Hasn't got the AWP once again. Going to be going up towards the coffins here. Drops the incendiary. They'll push through it. Flashbang comes in, though. Bounces off the roof. Does manage to at least blind one. Oh, what's going to do with that smoke? That wouldn't be the correct play. Skadoodle locked in there now. Flames will keep him at bay as the bomb is planted. Man advantage Cloud9, but the bomb in many ways does count as an extra man. Boosted up, Automatic, can't find the shot. Excellent work by Fur. Tarek runs through and actually finds 2. There'll be Skadoodle to back him up, and Coldzera need to hit that shot. Don't think he stands much of a chance now against 3 of them. He'll be Molotov'd out and presumably going down any second. Has to try and find the diffuser. Gets 1. Gets the second.
He's got room. He's got the diffuser. He's got room inside of this Molotov. Tarek's going to have to get in the side of the flames himself just to get the kill.
He's got him. Okay.
He does, because he has a kit. What a job to get the second shot through the smoke.
If he burnt out to his own flames there?
That would have been ridiculous. I have to get this kill. Let me peek and burn. Cloud9 get away with one. They pull it back after SK got away with murder, ultimately, in the last round with just the 1 AK-47 that was in the hands of Cold as they entered the site. Now it's back to pistols for SK and Cloud9 on 5 rounds.
Round number 10. Eco here for SK, 5-4. Scout for Fallen. And a miss shot for Skadoodle. He's got the all back in his hands. No armor, no nades for the T's. Cold Zero's got a helmet, but the only player to do so. Skadoodle missing another shot there. Needs to start nailing some of these. Down he goes. He's going to give an AWP away. Matt, this is actually looking a bit worrying now. Cold Zero, the armor gets it. They can slow things right down with the AWP. Pushing Banana. Fallen knows it. Scout in hand. Smoke's there. Stewie needs to be very careful there. They've got a look. This is what we call a snowball effect. You get the opening pick from a missed shot, like Skadoodle presented. You pick up the AWP. Armor for Cold Zero. It's looking quite scary now.
Armor for sleep. Taco. Hold on for Stewie to bounce the flash as they go in. Stewie's the only one inside of the site. This is a problem. They'll hear the flash bounce, therefore they know where he is. Fur couldn't hit the shot, however, Bolts was blinded, so he does well, Stewie, to get 2 kills in this situation. The problem is that as they start to rotate, as they work over to help Stewie, Cold Zero is staring down spawn with an AWP.
And they've got no
and gets
smokes
2 kills
right now. So this is actually going to be a bit of a problem. They've got the kits, 2 M4s, but it doesn't really matter now. The AWP is so powerful in this sort of position. Cold Zero currently resides towards new boxes. Time's ticking away. He hits another one. This was another eco, and Skadoodle missing key shots, gives up the AWP, and ultimately loses them round as Cold Zero gets 3 frags in total. Taco can afford to be a little bit overzealous here. He needs to be careful, though. Cold Zero goes down. He's got a chance still. Just play that bomb, boys. There it is. There's going to be a victory. Cloud9 giving it up at the very start. You can't afford to give up the AWP. 2 missed shots there, so it's not good enough, I'm afraid. If you missed the first one, I think you just have to fall back. They're going to get too close to your position. It all comes down to that Deagle shop. Cold Zero gets the AWP. Doesn't matter. He's didn't want to save the weapon. That was an eco. They get lots of money for the next round. Not the same story for Cloud9. This is about to fall apart. From what seemed like a very promising first half, it's now looking potentially quite disappointing as they're going to be force buying here. 1 M4, CZs, UMPs. Automatic can afford just a pistol as well. So 3 pistols, 1 rifle, 1 SMG. Not ideal. Lose this, you full eco again. A lot of pressure on this round.
Cold check toward the top of mid. Taco bottom mid. Just checking both directions, I should say, excuse me, but wants to go through the smoke now that he hears the flames gone. He'll start to take over Banana. Good read from Automatic as he jumps up and spots it.
Just baiting out the grenades right now. Grenades from the T side also thrown back. Automatic cops it. Goes down to 59. Remember, this is the force by Cloud9. It's not an eco. 1 M4. Fallen. Waits for mistakes to be made. Doesn't quite spot Skadoodle there. Does he dare challenge again? He'll go for the shoulder peek. Fallen knows it. Waiting. Waiting. Will he be rewarded? Not quite. Does have another crack at it. Less than a minute now. Bomb makes his way back towards B by the looks of things. Tarek, horrible position to be caught in. Fur will punish him for that. And now they'll wait for the reaction. Still got plenty of time to do so.
Shot from Fur is successful. Knew that Rush tried to run away and then was still ready for his re-peek, I should say. Didn't really peek, although he just tried to hold the angle and let Fur walk in toward him.
20 seconds. This still could go wrong. It's like some sort of magical performance from Skadoodle here.
I
if
think
he gets 2.
They didn't see. Okay, now they know where he is. Doesn't matter. I was going to say,
well,
he did spot them and was trying to let them walk into their own mistakes. You're right, though. I mean, SK has been leaving it late each and every round, but this time it's going to work out. So they'll hit the 6th round. They'll actually take the lead in doing so, by the way.
Yep. And that's going to be a full eco for Cloud9 next round. Certainly.
That's not bad from SK. Haven't had the lead since they had the 3 rounds after the pistol.
Remember, they've won twice on ecos. One with a single AK saved, one with a scout and CZs and Deagles. Skadoodle gives up the AWP, and then it all falls apart. Number 11 into number 12 here as it's concluded now. Bomb will be going off, and Cloud9 will be saving a UMP and a singular CZ. Everyone survives on the SK side. So I'll have to take maybe P250s and the UMP. Not looking too good for them.
To the top of mid. Automatic going to wait on top of the balcony. Inside a pit below him is Rush. They can work picks together depending on how quickly the aggression is shown and how fortunate they would be to hit the shots with the pistol in the first place. Stewie is the one with the UMP. He's just hitting Speedway now. In doing so, he could catch Fur. Fur's only on 37 HP, but he's not gone by the arch just yet. It still looks like they'll be approaching A via quad for the majority of the team at least. First wants to lurk and hold. Gap in the smoke, he'll try and take advantage of it. His own smoke by design, I don't think, but it's there, so why not try and utilize it? Cold and Fallen, collecting kills on the way through. Tarek's going to swing around behind him, tries to go for the knife in the smoke. Oh! It would have been epic if he had a kit and their own smoke was blocking it, and in the commotion of all the noise, he just instantly got on it, but he didn't
I was
have
thinking
a
about
kit.
it yesterday. We've seen lots of clips like that on Reddit and stuff like that. We've never seen it in a pro game.
No.
Where they sit in the smoke and maybe just drop a flash as it's being planted and just go for the full defuse as it goes down.
Yep. Yeah,
Right?
you get on it so quickly that they don't think there's any possible way that there's someone
Yeah,
there.
just as they're planting you, right-click a flashbang high up in the air as the bomb gets planted. Hold E as you do it. Defuse. I'm wondering if that's ever happened in a pro game. Link it to me if it has.
Yeah, that's an epic play. You're right. We've seen it on Reddit. We've seen some trolls and some pub stars.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Pub Masters video on 1.6?
Yeah,
When they had like the 4-man run boost?
I don't think many people watching will, but yes, I definitely do. That was very old. That was like 2003 that was released.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was like Aztec run boosts and like jumping around.
Aztec. I know it's not the greatest competitive app. I think there's a way to make it viable with better connections through the water, but I just like Aztec.
That was
just fun to play.
That was one of the first maps I ever played competitive games on. It was Aztec, Prodigy, Dust 1.
Oh, Prodigy, that's another very linear map.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a lot of fun.
I thought Prodigy being remade with a different connection point to which one was A? A was the one in like the downstairs laboratory. Or was that B?
Yeah, that was CT spawn. That was A.
Okay, so B. B is the site with the vent that would drop out.
Oh,
I think if you
yeah,
had a better
B, sorry,
hallway
yeah.
connection, yeah, that would have been. I think that map actually could have been. It would have had to take some pretty considerable changes, but I think it could have worked.
There we go, Skidoodle. Hits a nice shot. Takes down Fur. 5 on 4. That's what they needed. These opening picks are hard to come by against a team like SK. They're making their way towards quad now. Speculative shot there from Taco. Rush in tandem with his teammate towards the bomb side. Just trying to look towards the quad side, see if he can get going here. Tarek watches towards apartments. Nice pick by Rush. Will fall back as well. Oh dear, it's all collapsed. They know Skidoodle's going to be here though. They don't know about automatic.
Exactly. I was going to say they could look for the AWP all they like. Good response from Cold, therefore, to keep it on an even keel. That could have easily slipped away from them if automatic had picked up 2. So bomb goes down a little bit late. They're already on the site. That means the post plant doesn't buy time by waiting for rotations. They've got to go into action almost immediately to defend. Skidoodle working with Stewie. They're both going to come from library, and Stewie takes the lead, takes the point, obviously, with the 8WP. That is as quick as you like from Skidoodle. Cold, he backed well off the bomb. He wants them to think he's inside of apartments, given the plant is inside of the site, so Skidoodle looks that direction. I don't think he spotted him as he gets closer and closer. Stewie forced off the defuse, and Cold, as always, keeps it icy.
Oh, that was hard to watch for Cloud9. You can see with no kids there that are sweating. Cold Zero completely wrecks them as well. He's just so calm in those situations. He's a master of Inferno. The team might struggle generally, but if he's playing like that, you know they're going to be doing well. That's really, really well played by him. Schools them almost. You can see they're trying to go for the full defuse, but then they're not together. Get off it, indecisive, and there should be another eco for them now. I think a partial buy perhaps as they get CZs and some armor. 8-5. They're already a map down here.
Go. Tries. Won't get anyone with pre-fire. Admire it. Valiant effort. 8 to potentially become 9, because Cloud9 limited again for weapons. Smoked off, have to back off 3 straight games against worthy opponents. The Cloud9 has failed to get into the double digits, keep in mind. 3 straight maps, 2 against FaZe, 1 against SK Bolts to take down Skadoodle. Long way to go still in this one, but it's not looking good for the first half. It's sneaky play by Tarek to push through the smoke, but Fallen's ready on the AWP, and Cold on 14 sprays towards spawn. It's a rush that's going to be found by Taco instead. Round done, 9-5.
9-5, last round coming in now. Lost bonus accumulating, and Cloud9 will be able to get the singular AWP again. We'll have a look at the scoreboard. Matthew, you could bring it up for me, please, darling.
Excuse me. That's not my pet name.
Well, on broadcast it is. 16 kills for Cold Zero, 16 and 5. He's at the very top, of course, and beneath him there will be Fur and Bolts on 9 and 8. At the top of Cloud9, Stewie on 11. The Bonners Rush 4 and 9. It seems like that's the problem with this team. There's always, when they're having these sort of games, there's always someone who's dramatically missing. Skadoodle, not as bad as I maybe built up. I guess the AWP, he hasn't been amazing, but he has been contributing to 8 kills. But here we go, 135. SK really have run away over the last few rounds. Smoke towards the outside. And it's going to be a first kill of Taco again. Rush goes down, having a real tough time on that side of the map. Towards A in the apartments.
Automatic out from the archway with the smoke in front of him. He'll redeploy it. Interestingly, a CT side. Okay, fair enough. He's going to do the same thing the T's were going to do anyway. Take that. My utility's better. They both accomplished the same goal. Glad they could mutually come to an understanding. In fact, a third one now in the same position from both. Let's just put all the smokes there. The advantage still, though, to SK. Russian Scott down. Molotov, or Incendiary rather, goes through and hits another smoke because they're all there. How much money has gone into that small portion of the map?
A lot.
Might be the most expensive corner on the map, you know. That and Lower Banana.
Well, the Automatic still has a chance in this round. He needs to make sure he gets both these kills. A trade would not be good enough. Doesn't even get one. That should be the round now. 10-5 looking very likely here. Stewie and Tarek to clutch it out. There is one player in the pit. It's going to be Tarek. Got no nades. The M4. Problem is, it's silenced M4 as well. If he expends more than 10 bullets or so in the first kill, he won't have much left to work with to get the multi-frag. Not even going to find one. There it is, 10-5 guaranteed now. Once again, the bomb going down with 10 seconds to go. Stewie so far removed from this situation. At this point, he's padding stats with frags. He knows his round's over.
Good shot from Cold, and it is indeed 10-5 T-side SK. Cloud9 still searching double digits in what would be the 4th straight map that they would fail to do so against the 2 opponents who they beat at the Major on the Dream Run. I know Chad still says he believes SK is the best team in the world. I think there's certainly an argument for it, and I'm sure that they are eager to prove that to FaZe again. They have officially lost their HLTV rating as #1 as well. FaZe took that over. Of course, that has to do with Major as well, in that Bolts was obviously standing in, so or excuse me, the other way around. Phelps was standing in, so Bolts couldn't accumulate points. FaZe winning the Major is a large part to do with that, but also it's the fall off of importance of recent versus. Sorry, being in the final.
Yeah.
But the fall off of recent events having more credit or higher rating for points, if you will.
Sure.
But I can't wait to see them go head-to-head again like they did at Pro League, because now we've got both rosters at full force.
What's Cold Zero up to here? He's actually pushing Banana with 2 other players. Sees that in hand. He's going to find one. Oh my god. It's like he could get loads here, but it's going to be Stewie to fight back.
Well done to Stewie. Caught off Fur as well, who'd also walked down with Cold. They sent a 3rd player, but he couldn't get there in time, so Cold going down, but does damage. Look at Stewie. He's so low, but does Bolts know he's sneaking in the smoke behind? I don't think he does. Bolts is back exposed. They've turned it around. Somehow Bolts gets Stewie because he slips in beyond that of where Bolts was positioned, and then he turns to find Skadoodle as well. 11-5, SK winning both pistols.
No bomb forced by coming in. Cloud9 need this desperately. I'm sure SK gave him a couple of rifles here this time. There's one. Fur can't really afford one, so he'll just be getting maybe a UMP as well. So, Daddy takes that Glock, no armor. CZ's one deagle, 2 flashbangs. These rounds, especially in the hands of players like Cloud9, very talented, can yield some sort of success. Fallen makes his way down towards the bottom of B. Baited in by a player at the barrels.
Skadoodle toward the top of middle has Tarek already at the bench on his left. They'll drop the bomb intentionally and try and work toward the mid wall. Bolts is there. Bolts is ready. Or is he? Or is he? Certainly not ready for the fast pace of Tarek, who gets around the corner and now has an M4 to go along with his head armor. Marcelo will get in underneath the atrium.
Time ticking away. This all comes to a standstill right now. Waiting for any sort of CT reactions to come through, but there aren't really many. Automatic looks towards that quad position, but Coldzera is one step ahead of him. Takes some damage, but equalizes it down to a 4-4. There's the M4. And the bomb goes down.
Shots from Fallen from afar.
That's pretty godlike.
Remember, they nerfed the it's ages ago now, but they nerfed the UMP for distance, and still he has the discipline to keep it together to get the kills. 12 now for SK.
Full eco for Cloud9. Had a good start there, going towards the arch. Managed to find Bolt as he retreated after missing a couple of shots there. Wasn't quite enough, though. They couldn't capitalize on that lead. Coldzera found one from the atrium of quad. And Fallen with real nice control and composure with the UMP. Nothing patches into round number 18 here. It will be 13-5, and with a map down already, it feels like this one might be done. Remember, Cloud9 got 16-1 yesterday about FaZe. And a bit of a fall from grace on all points. The Glock trying to do some long-range damage there. Does hit Taka for 8. Oh, that nade. Goodness.
That's pretty sick. Good damage. Should just be a slaughter at this point in time. So this will be... I'm just taking a peek. 4 players alive in the last. 5 players alive this time. Chance to go for the bonus round. Cold sticking to the CZ is going to bring out an AWP, so it's not a full bonus in that there's 2 M4s and an AWP, but 2 SMGs, one of which being the MP9. If they win this, they're in a great position to just wrap up the game. In fact, in some ways, I say that to wrap up the game, if they were to lose this one, concede 6, and then reset them on 14-15, and that would be easy peasy. Whereas here, they can continue to accumulate the loss round bonus. I guess it's 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other. But in some ways, you would never intentionally do it, but the reset would be more beneficial, just considering how small amount of rounds they still have to accumulate.
Well, there we have it. Huge round here. Cloud9, not with the best sort of buy, though. 2 Galils, 3 AKs. Already hasn't been a factor for them this map. Let us go for a B execution here, just rushing in, hoping for the best. It actually looks pretty good in terms of the timings. Falling with a couple of kills. They need to get this one. Fur, so strong on the B side. Drops a smoke, makes things even more uncomfortable for them. Rotations coming in. He's buying so much time here. 4 versus 2. Fur once more, and he'll get it. Rush. He'll be saying goodbye, leaving Skadoodle in the impossible situation. This is pretty lackluster for Cloud9. It's going for the straight-up B execution off the bat. And you could see how well held that was. Fallen getting 2 frags with a UMP, no less. Fur drops the incendiary, holds him at bay, drops a smoke, even more so, buys time for the rotations, hits another kill. This game's done, Matt.
I'm afraid it looks that way indeed. Just glancing at our B stream to see if there's any updates there. At this point, right now, Cloud9 have 22 rounds over the last 4 maps. That's not good enough. That's a steep, steep cliff to have fallen off from where they were in Boston.
And they're force buying here. This is it, do or die time.
So 1-0 Heroic at 6-2 in their favor for the start of the second map.
They won the first?
To give you an update. Heroic did.
I thought Cloud were going to.
It looked like they were ahead, but speaking of winning and ahead, you could argue SK is still ahead in this round, given the damage on Stewie and Tarek, but it's 4-on-4. WP picked up.
The first position, this guy, he's unreal, isn't he?
He's pretty clever.
He's locked the doors behind him.
He's the last one in. Nobody's going home.
Henry, lock the doors.
More like, lock the doors. I'm trying. I can't really do it.
Who
He's
you
got a
trying to do?
deeper. He's got a deeper groan than that.
Who, you talking about Richard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Automatic 11 HP. Tagged by Fur. Who's gone all the way around behind them. They're now locked in Boiler. They may not expect Taco to slip up. And Tarek with 16 HP, easily disposed of by the MP9. Skadoodle does hit a good shot on the bolts. That'll give them some opportunity. In fact, with Library, they've got the option if they wanted to go back toward B. This gives Fur now a decision to make. Go back toward top mid or rotate back down Banana in the event that they do wrap around. He gets caught off, and suddenly the round goes toward Cloud9's favor. It's Fallen that has to rotate all the way over from the B site.
There we go, a lifeline for Cloud9. Using the AK-47 and Skadoodle open things up. Gets 2 kills in total, watching the rotations. It seemed like such a perfect flank, though, from Fur. I was very excited about that, but unfortunately they didn't rotate or give him any sort of opportunity there. So SK will have to bide their time here. No all purchases yet for the SK side, so Fallen just saving to hold on to the M4. He'll bring out the orb next round, I'm sure. But 14-6 will come in, and Fallen, it's not worth them hunting him. They need to save their weaponry. He's got tons of cash.
So 6 rounds now for Cloud9, 23. Based on the math I gave you a moment ago, I thought Fallen was going to get both of them there.
It's still worth it for him.
Oh,
He's
sure.
almost got double. If he got both, that would have been insult to injury. So the boys get another chance here. I'm not done just yet.
The boys. Guns out for the boys. And that is the case because they've got UMP, 2 Galils, AK, and AWP. Every guns they can. Still in it with a shout as SK has yet to tally overtime point.
Oof, brutal grenades. Tarek takes the brunt of it. 1 round for series point, and if this round they win, it's going to be disastrous for Cloud9. There'll be no money left.
They'll head on down to Eco Town.
It's not a fun place to be. It's horrible. It's derelict.
A lot of begging on the streets.
Yep.
Shops are closed up.
Riots.
Some say that with 2 targets in mind, they get so mad about it they try and carry C4 and blow things up. But that's why SK is here to stop them.
We'll see what they can do. B execution looking likely here. Pop flash from automatic coming in. Trying to set up his teammates here. 2 players for SK ready to shut them down. And they've got some sort of entrance here, but Fallen says no. He'll get 1, but Fur does drop. Hasn't been as convincing on this side of the map so far. And a chance as the 4-on-4 begins, but SK very, very good on retakes.
They are indeed Cold Zero looking to try and find the backside of the site. Secondary smoke deployed takes away the gap. It's possible Cloud9 hold this off in a 4-on-4.
You could just save this if you want to. Like, just knowing you've got 4 players up, you've got a huge bed of rounds.
Oh, that nade rush. Oh, it takes 2 HP off of him.
They're saving.
Yeah, but they're going to get people down because they've got them pincered in. The bomb's going to take down Tarek and Rush. Taco just needs to sit exactly where he... Okay, fair enough. Fair play to Tarek. That'll get him out. So they'll only lose 1 in the end. It could have been much worse. So now 7 rounds for Cloud9, cutting the lead in half.
Well then, the game continues. A few more twists and turns yet. 1 more buy for SK to try and just get themselves towards that match point. If they can't, down to Eco. That's Molotov thrown. I see a lot more teams do that. You can throw it from a bit further away, aiming it like that.
Back down to the bottom middle. So SK put it on cruise control for 2 rounds in a row, saving in the last one. Need to make sure they don't fall asleep with autopilot on. That was a car and a flying joke all mixed into one. Conflation at its finest. Smoke deployed toward the arch. Thrown from afar, that bounce off the secondary window should suggest that they're out toward alt mid, or sorry, off the secondary roof. So having seen that, Bolts could make that call, ascertain that information based on that alone, the trajectory. Cold wants back out to support the top of middle, but won't go. He's actually going inside of the site. Yeah, boom, you don't see that every day. Up on both sides, because Skadoodle has his to work with. They've got toward the archway. Fallen's clever. He's playing backside CT, and he's got Stewie down already. No one else to trade off that. They aren't getting aggressive. In fact, they're still trying to wrap inside. Cold and Bolts will play together. Taco at the broken wall inside of Pit. He misses the opportunity.
Just to note,
still play the bike.
Fallen's playing B now pretty consistently. They've mixed things up slightly, but it looks like this round will be going heavily in favor of SK here. It's been a massive talking point generally for SK. The analyst mentioned it, that B bomb site, and maybe Fallen's just had enough. He goes, you know what, I'm going to either smash you 2 heads together or I'm going to play there. And it looks like he's just going to be dadding it over in the B bomb site for them. It actually seems to be working quite nicely.
Even if it's temporary, at least you get some ideas of what goes on there.
Yeah, I can see the madness.
Implement them. I think that's important. That's always something I've said. You should always, like in practice or something, play some other positions, just so that you have an understanding of what that perspective is, what the timings are. That way you can play off your teammates better.
Well, it was Fur and Phelps for the longest of time than B, and it was an absolute nightmare.
Yep. That round against G2, by the way.
The famous one.
Yeah, where they lost when they had Matt Point, ended up losing the series.
Oh
my goodness, this is the end of the series, I'm afraid. Fur gets 3, although the response, Tarek and Skadoodle fighting. Okay, but then they just line up for Bolts. How fitting. 7 rounds only for Cloud9. Gives them, it's 24, I forgot the math. Total in 4 maps. Not good enough is the bottom line. That round from Phelps, look, ask Thorin, ask anyone. You know what Brazilians are like on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it got so bad for Phelps that because the team that ended up beating them was G2 at the time, went on to win that event, he felt entirely responsible that he actually did lose that event, and he got so much hate on Twitter that he actually just, that was one of the deciding factors that he just didn't want to play with SK anymore.
Well, because there was too much pressure?
He felt responsible because of that game, and he just couldn't get rid of it. There was just so much hate.
Wow, that's pretty brutal, isn't it?
I don't know if it was the sole catalyst, but it was definitely up there.
Let's focus on more positive things for now. It's going to be SK Gaming looking very good, I have to say. Inferno's not usually a map, but I like that adjustment. I'm sure the analyst can touch on it. That Fallen's now in the B bomb site with Bolt. I think that's a nice adjustment. Finally, he can just watch it and see what's going on. He seems more controlled. He's using the rifle primarily there as well on the CT side.
I want to specify, I shouldn't say Brazilians as a whole, but the Brazilian fans can be, I should say.
Okay.
That said, yeah, brilliant from SK. This sets up well. I mean, Cloud9 now sitting with 2 losses are a lot lower down in the order than they would have liked. Mind you, in the group stages at the Major, they did start off 0-2, so they've been in this situation with their backs against the wall before and succeeded. That they shouldn't be deterred by this. Yes, okay, you just lost to 2 opponents that you beat at that event. There's still positives to take away, but not so much in the round scores. They've got to get it together in terms of putting an entire half and an entire map together. That's the first step. SK looking great. I think bouncing back, considering we've been talking about them looking a little bit shaky.
Well, Matthew, I think that's all from us for today. We're going to leave you in the capable hands of those delicious creamy bears. And for now, we will throw it over to the desk and they can dissect this one a little bit further. Maybe talk about that B bomb site more in depth. Boys, over to you after this break.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible. Anything is possible! You still always a